Hello, everyone. I'm going to give you a video series on our databases that we have, currently available to us, provided through the district. So in your class link, you're going to find something called TextQuest. Now we are working to minimize the clicking that's going to take place because we're going to have to do a couple clicks. So to go, you're going to, at this top right hand corner, you're going to pick TextQuest. I have no idea where this yellow red circle came from. You have elementary, middle school, and high school. We're going to pick middle school. Sorry. And the one that I'm going to talk about today is Britannica Middle School. Now, Britannica Middle School is really good for articles, map exploration. You can assign videos to students and pictures. Here on the Educators tab, we can go from articles, images, biographies, World Atlas, compare countries, Tour the USA, my content, and lesson plan browse. These I am not too sure about right now. I haven't explored them too much yet. But the really cool thing, I will start with this. The really cool thing about this is you can start with curriculum standards on an assignment. So for example, I want to choose, if I'm a STAR tested subject, I'm going to go to standard STAR. Here are the different, I literally just blanked, I'm so sorry. Here are the different contents that you can choose from. So RLA, math, science, and social studies. Let's say I want to do social studies, and when I want to do 8th grade, because 8th grade social studies is what is tested. It's going to put up the TEAC, and then it's going to bring up articles based on that TEAC, which is pretty neat. So here, for example, on this TEAC of identifying major eras and events. Now, I know U.S. history has a million TEACs, and within those TEACs, you have a million sub-TEACs. So let's say, for example, we are going to talk about Ulysses S. Grant. So I would click on Ulysses S. Grant. And here's an introduction, here's a video about him, here's a little timeline on him, early life, marriage and military service, so forth, so on. Let's say I want to assign just all of this to Ulysses S. Grant. I will send here too, and I can go to a Google Classroom, and you can upload it to Google Classroom. You can upload it to your Google Drive. Now, when you upload it to Google Classroom, the cool thing is it'll automatically go. So let's say I want to upload it to, this is just an example, the library. I'm gonna create material because it's just an article, and then it'll take you to the creating page, and you can title it, you can write your description, put it under whatever topic you'd like. You can circle as many periods as you want. Now, I do know that when you have one period, you are allowed to schedule, but when you circle multiple periods, you aren't allowed to schedule. So you can save as a draft and save it for later. That's usually what I would do. And so let's go back to where the standards were. And you can go down through these. Now, here's the thing. Like, let's say I'm a 7th grade Texas history teacher. Well, you don't teach STAR, so there are no standards for that. But I can, let's see, for the TEACs, I can choose this TEAC right here. It only allows me language arts, and this is high school, so that's really not applicable to us. So this is a really cool tool for language arts. So here, 7th grade, and you click right here, and it's 22 articles that correlate to the standard. Very cool tool to use for 6th grade as well. Here are your standards for STAR and for 8th grade. And if it has a little plus sign, 219. Okay, you're impressive. 97 articles that relate to it, and so forth and so on. Now, it doesn't necessarily be like there are 90 or 200 and some 219 articles that relate to the standard, because it's very diverse. So here's burlesque, and then it goes into authors and people, which we don't really need to know people. It's more of a concepts. So that is a really cool topic to use. I'm going to pick middle school because we are middle school. I simply just click back on middle school Britannica, and I'm going to go back to, before I go back to the educators, here's the opening page. Usually they'll have like a buzzword of the day or Yeah, buzzword of the day. So they'll have a daily word, so you can use that to your advantage, and teach that word and what does it mean, how to use it, and it even gives you that cool. I don't know if you were able to hear that, but that cool tool on that. You for my sixth grade humanitarian, what am I saying? I'm sorry. Sixth grade social studies, you can compare different countries, you can explore biographies. Here's a really cool for my eighth grade US history. You have primary sources. Now, the thing with these is that they are the actual sources. So that if I click on the Monroe Doctrine, it's the actual Monroe Doctrine and it is not simplified for students to understand, but that could be cool. So that way it could be a tool for them to be assigned that and make it an assignment to decode it and try to put it in their own words. If I go back to where educators are at, that tab, here on the World Atlas, it's pretty cool. It's going to pull up a map of the United States. You can go map, you can go satellite. Here's this little guy. If you've used Google Maps, it's sort of the same concept. So I want to drag this guy or woman into, let's say, I don't know where this is at. Okay, let's go there. Sure, I have no idea where this is at. But it'll give you an in-person look at wherever this beautiful park with this beautiful lake that may need some cleaning. Um, and then you can view it on Google Maps, and it'll pull up Google Maps. And yeah, it'll tell you, should tell you where you're at. I have no idea. Oh, I'm in Edinburgh. Oh my God, that's the valley. It do look very familiar. Okay, that's where I'm from. And Miss Tyson. So holla, that's so funny that out of the entire United States, I landed on the valley. Home sweet home. So that is an option for you all to use and utilize. And also, I'm not too sure if you can assign the atlas to students, but I know that you can lead them there. So that'll be a cool kind of thing of like, drop your person on a random place in the United States and then tell me where it is and the Ored Hotel and, so forth, so on. Pretty cool. I'm going to go back to educators. And here you can tour the USA, you can compare countries like I had stated earlier, biographies, images and videos. So through here, it gives you through topics. So let's say I want to do life processes if I'm in science. Let's say we are seventh grade and we're doing life science. So let's say I want to do a life cycle. Here are the many different videos and pictures that come up within that you can filter it so it's just images, and you can filter it where it's just videos, organs and organ systems. Here we divide into the different systems. So let's say I wanted to do something since COVID-19 kind of directs the lungs, we can do respiratory system. And again, you can filter into images, you can filter into videos, and explore all the different types of organs and organ systems through the live processes. Now I can go back to media, and let's say I am in, I could have swore there was a math one, but here's the technology. So for my tech classes, here's all this tech support that you can do and different things. Very awesome. Living things, plants, science, and mathematics. There we go. I was like, I could have swore there was math. Unfortunately, the math, never mind. Here with math, we go into different things. We go trigonometry, statistics. You can read, I know. I'm not going to be that professor that reads the slides. Calculus, computer science. Again, you can filter through images, and you can also filter through videos. Very cool. So that is the thing on media. For articles, same concept, where it gives me the topics that I can go through. And let's say I want to do history. I want to do the age revolutions because we're studying revolutions. Now I want to do the Louisiana Purchase. And so here it displays all the things that there are. Font up, you can make it bigger. Font down, you can make it less. Again, unfortunately with this, I haven't found a way to share this with this particular page with Google Classroom, but if I click on Thomas Jefferson, here is Thomas Jefferson, and as long as it has this send to arrow, you can send it to Google Classroom. You can favorite it so when it comes back, you can print it, you can cite it, translate it, listen, font up, font down. So the really cool thing about this is it does read it to you. So if I click listen, where it's highlighted is where it's reading, which is pretty cool. And then you can skip to the next paragraph, go back to the beginning of the paragraph, so forth, so on. In article levels, there's sometimes they give you selected reading levels. So here's reading level 1, reading level 2, and reading level 3, which intensifies your reading level. So students are able, or you can kind of guide students to which reading level they are able to read at. And here is a little table of content related to the source. You have primary sources, articles, and so forth, so on. So Britannica School is really, really, really good for articles, video. It's not the best with videos and images, but it does relate to my STEM classes more. And so definitely check this one out. New and revised articles, they always have updated articles, so forth, so on. If you have any questions on Britannica Middle School, let me know and I'll be here for you.